In this video, I'm back playing Auras. Y'all know I love playing this deck, but this time around we have a slightly different build. We're trying out some new cards, and the first one of those cards being the Sentry Golden Guardian. I just finished reading World War Hulk, so I'm all geared up to play this card. This is a 5/5 for 4 legendary creature, human hero, flying, vigilance, indestructible. Sounds like a pretty good creature to load up with a whole bunch of auras, doesn't it? Unfortunately, when the Sentry enters, target opponent creates the Void, a legendary 5/5 black horror villain creature token with flying and indestructible, and the Void attacks each combat if able. Now, thankfully, the Sentry does have Vigilance, so it's going to be able to block the Void, and the Void does not have Vigilance, so it's going to be tapped down, allowing the Sentry to start attacking in on subsequent turns. However, if something happens to the Sentry, we could be in a little bit of trouble. The Void could rage out of control. So we do have a couple of ways of getting rid of the Void if that happens. We have our Seam Rips, and we also have Sheltered by Ghost. Not too bad. In the deck, we are also playing Jennifer Walters, another hero, a 2/3 for 2. Opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Seems pretty good to me. We are also playing a little bit of green mana over here, so we will be able to put her out for the Sensational She-Hulk if we have the opportunity, but I don't think that will happen very often. The plus side, though, is that Captain America Wings of Freedom pump heroes, and that means the Sentry, other Captain America, Jennifer Walters, Skyward Spider, and whatever the origin of Spider-Man puts the +1/+1 counter on, whether it's the Spider token or the Optimistic Scavenger, is going to also be a hero and will benefit from Sam Wilson's pump ability. The rest of the deck is exactly what you would expect it to be, and yeah, we're just going to try to have some fun and see if the Sentry Golden Guardian is worth putting into a deck like this. Let's see it in action in some games. See you over there. So what are you betting? Is the Sentry going to be a good addition to this deck, or is it just going to gum things up? I'm not sure. I'll be perfectly honest with you. But opening hand looks not so bad. We do have our mana 1, 2, 3, and we also have a little bit of removal on 1, a play on 2, and a play on 3. That was a little bit weird when it flipped, didn't it? Went black. Let's see what the opponent's up to. Hopefully they do like turn 1 Llanowar Elf. Nope. Okay. And we find more anti-Llanowar Elf with a second Seam Rip. So if they do end up having like a Badger Mocub here, nope. It's going to be cards that are really good against us. This Authority of the Consuls, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I really don't want the opponent gaining life. But what it's really indicating to me is that the opponent is probably on some kind of control-oriented list, which I don't know. They can't do anything against us right now. Do I just put out Cap? I think we put out Cap. They can't counter it. Obviously, they can't do anything because they don't have blue mana. But they also can't remove any of these cards. What is the opponent doing? Lush Portico on turn 4, and it's just confusing. So we put this out on... We actually put this out on Human, I believe. And we could load up our creatures with the Ethereal Armor and start attacking in. Why do I feel like I'm about to get blown out, though? So this does stop a destroy, though. Yeah, let's go for it. I don't know what the opponent's up to. I'm just afraid of them having some nasty thing that's going to blow us out. I'm also going to use this Shelter by Ghost here just to get Ward 2 on Cap, just to make things a little bit harder. And I think if the opponent doesn't kill us on the following turn, then we might be able to finish them off with this second Ethereal Armor and Seam Rip. This is going to be good for blockers, which I'm actually maybe going to regret getting rid of the Shelter by Ghost now. But surely they have something. Draven, JM, what are you doing over there with your... What is this mana base? Abzan? I always forget. There are some shards that I don't have a perfect lockdown on, and I think that's what this is. Green, white, black. But Jennifer Walters does have hexproof right now because of Cap. Cap has a shield counter on him and Ward 2. So things are looking pretty good. Yeah, okay. GG. Pretty good first outing with the deck here. This is already enough damage. I actually don't need to do the Seam Rip here. But we will do it just... Oh, man. What were they playing? You know, they were at 83%. And when somebody's at 83%, that probably means that they were doing something a little bit creative. I'm out here playing auras on the ladder. Maybe I am the bad guy. Well, let's see if we can keep doing that kind of thing. You know, the cards came out nicely for us at the very least. Hey, it's kind of the same hand, isn't it? Just this time we have our fledgling hero, the Optimistic Scavenger, soon to be hero once we get our Spider Serum online. Wait. So turn 1, Optimistic Scavenger. I guess we're just going to be leading out on a couple of creatures for a few turns. Hopefully we can find our third land so that we can go out with this Captain America. But next turn, at least Jennifer Walters. Duress. Getting rid of one of our ethereal armors. You don't like that. But at least it was a quick choice from the opponent. They didn't have to sit there mulling it over. Man, how many times does an opponent duress you on turn 1? And it seems like it's the biggest decision they've ever made in their entire life. Second duress. I know that's tilting out some people. Do they also have the Requiting Hex? Intimidation tactics for our Captain America as well. Holy cow. Well, I suppose what we're going to do is put this onto the field, pump up our Jennifer Walters a little bit. Do I also put the Seam Rip onto the field? It kind of seems like the opponent is gearing up to fully disrupt our hand. Like they're just trying to rip apart our hand. Duress, intimidation tactics. Hopefully they just take a turn off and put out, I don't know, Unholy Annex. Put out Unholy Annex for me. Maelstrom Pulse. Fine. Wings of Freedom. Not so good when we're sitting here on 2 mana. We can't actually cast out Sam, but if we do manage to find the third mana source, get that down next turn. The opponent already down to 7. Duress for our Seam Rip, but they're down to 2 cards in hand. Oh, yes. Okay. Again, I think this... I actually got to double check. I put in Cavern of Souls, but now I'm questioning whether or not it should be human or hero. I have to go and look at Wayward Spider's class. Or not class, but type. Well, that makes things a little bit uncomfortable, doesn't it? We have... If I could attack in, it would force the opponent to block the Jennifer Walters. But that's not good. No. We gotta wait 1 turn. We gotta hope that they... Well, they're gonna go up to 6, though. Because they're gonna unlock the Unholy Annex, probably. Yeah. Okay, they pass it over to us. They go up to 6. We are... okay, because if I put this here, this, okay, I gotta think, what's better? I put this here, yeah, we had it. We put this onto this, it becomes a hero, we attack in. It actually doesn't really matter what I do. Because I can put it on this is gonna be 5 damage, and she'll also go up to 5 damage. This gets through, they only block 1. We had them. They can't do anything on our turn because of Jenny. Cool. So you 100% put Cavern of Souls on human. Everything in the deck is a human. That's the best way to go. Okay, we try it again. We hope that these Seam Rips end up finding some food. Man, green on 1. It's like maybe Llanowar Elf coming down, and they don't have it. But still, we have a Badger Mole Cub to scoop up, and that's not the worst thing. In fact, drawing the Optimistic Scavenger up into the Seam Rip, extra good. Okay, we can't actually hit... This is non-land, by the way, right? Yeah, non-land. We can't actually hit the forest with these Seam Rips. We have to take the Badger Mole Cub, so it auto-targeted. Yeah, that last game, by the way, I know some of you are going to be very happy about that win because I am aware that there is a group of people out there who despise opponents who go turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 hand disruption. They didn't go turn 3 hand disruption, to be fair, but they did play, I think, 3 duresses and 1 intimidation tactics. I know some of you out there absolutely hate that. Let's see if the opponent has the land and or a Boride. That's going to be pretty bad, but we do have the Shelter by Ghost to come down. I wouldn't mind seeing the 4th land. Traveling Chocobo also going to be pretty good for our Sheltered by Ghost. We don't hit it. So, do I need to hold Shard Mage's Rescue, or do I just put out the Optimistic Scavenger and start growing the team? And I think it's probably that. Yeah. Okay, Sam eats the Traveling Chocobo. Sam gets bigger. Sam's going to be a swole boy. And that is a 3-turn clock in the air with Sam. Not pumping anybody up, unfortunately. But it does have ward 3, so I don't see the opponent dealing with that. And it was probably smart for them to block with the Optimistic Scavenger there, or block the Optimistic Scavenger. Going down to 10 when we have Captain America in the air, I think it's just a little bit too much power coming in. And this is game, 100% game. Yeah, Seam Rip with Lana Warel blocker, bad situation for the opponent over there. Oh my god, we have them dead so many different ways. Well, how do we want to do it? All right. Let's give a little bit of credit to our ground crew here. Load up the Optimistic Scavengers, make them swole. We'll get a swole mama over here too. Yeah, we have even more damage. I know. I'm not gonna fire off the Shard Mage's Rescue. Maybe I should have, just to send a message, right? Landfall. You don't see it too much on the ladder anymore, but there it is. And auras, still good. Well, I would say that things have been running a little bit too smoothly around here. In fact, in general, I've been having a pretty good time in Standard. Just the last couple of days, the last 2 or 3 days, the games have just been rolling well. However, turn 1 Leyline of Hope might mean that we have ourselves a pretty tough one. They are definitely going to have... Who am I going to put out? Doesn't matter who I put out. Jennifer's a little bit of a better blocker. The Leonin Vanguard will go up to a 2/2 if they put 2 creatures on the field this turn. So, yeah, probably the best way to go about things. Okay, we are finding all of our lands. We don't like that. So, Sam, are we going to be putting the Ethereal Armor onto the Skyward Spider or onto Sam? That's going to be the question for the future. I think for now, we just put out our first striking Wings of Freedom Boy and hope that the opponent doesn't get in for any life gain. This means that they're going to be pumping up the Leonin Vanguard, so they do gain 2 life, but they cannot get in with the Healer's Hawk. That's some good news. And we just keep finding our cards that we don't want. Let's get Skyward Spider onto the field, and I think this is a pretty good blocker against the opponent. So we are going to go this way. If I also put the Ethereal Armor onto Sam, this means that the Jennifer Walters is a pretty good attacker, and I can go in with Sam and Jen against the Ajani and just get it off the field. And now they still have a 7/7 first striker with flying that they have to contend with. Do they just give me the Ajani? Ooh, they say Ajani away. So does that mean that they have a pump creature? They probably do. We desperately need... Ooh. Vanishing Light on Sam. That's real good. Okay. Yep. We still have a flying first striker, though. And we find the Shard Mage's Rescue. So we might be looking at Avengers Tower here as our way of finding something. I don't think I can actually attack in, because if they start gaining a bunch of life, this Leyline of Hope is gonna... Oh, maybe I should have attacked in. I don't know. Maybe I should have. 2 more life. They're gonna get +2/+2 on things soon. That's gonna be real scary. And so now they're gonna start coming in on us. No attack. I thought they were gonna come. Okay, let's look at the top bunch of our cards and try to find... Okay, who do we want? Sam or Cap? Let's grab Cap. And I don't know if that's right or not, but I am going to grab Cap. And that's a pretty good draw as well. So, Optimistic Scavenger onto the field, Captain America onto the field. It's a first striking ground creature, so that helps me a lot. And I am going to go in with Skyward Spider, just to try to get their life total down a little bit. Now, I could fire off the Shard Mage's Rescue to get a little bit more power out from the Skyward Spider. Skyward Spider. Oh no, they're going to gain so much life. We need a big attack soon. We need a card that's not in our deck. We need practiced offense, which maybe a deck like this would benefit from having a practiced offense in it. Oh man, no, I think we're in trouble now. That attack with the Skyward Spider was wrong. Oh yeah, please come in with the Hylia. Okay. That's good news. So we get our Captain America up to a 5/5 first striker. We take out the Hylia. And that means they're not drawing a card this turn. But they are getting the Scry 1 because it descended. They kept it on top. Oh, the Shelter by Ghost. The Shelter by Ghost could... What do we take? Do we take the Ley Line of Hope? We have so many options, right? Okay, I think we got to take the Ley Line of Hope. And I'm going to put this on the Skyward Spider. It does have first strike, so they're going to have a really hard time dealing with this creature. Especially now that all of their creatures are just 1/1s. And I'm just going to start slamming in with this creature. Gaining a bunch of life. I'm so good with them throwing that 1/1 in front of that. Now, they did leave this card on top. They left a Rune Lurker Bat on top. That's good news for us. They can't attack in. We find Jen Walters. Jen needs 1 more mana to flip. So we are just going to attack in with the Skyward Spider, keep smashing them down, gaining life. Boys, strap in for a grindy game. We are against life gain. Johnny, oh, that's a problem. It's going to get out of control very fast. Okay. Flipping Jen is actually going to be pretty interesting because of the backside. So this card, if you don't know, whenever a creature you control is dealt damage, you may have the Sensational She-Hulk deal that much damage to any target. Do this only once. What that might mean is that we can... Maybe I shouldn't be attacking with the Skyward Spider. Block a Johnny's Pridemate, and dome the opponent for like a ton of damage. That's kind of where my mind's at right now. Okay. Give me a card. Nothing. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. We can do this at sorcery speed. I can just play her out. You can have 2 on the field, right? Yes. Yeah. Hey, we're learning something. And guess what she has? She has reach. Let's get in. Boom. This is turning into a fun game. I'm having a good time here. This Johnny's Pridemate is gonna get big, but it's okay. Sure. We can actually take a couple of hits from the Johnny's Pridemate and just like shrug it off. It'll be okay. I'm so sorry. Jen has reach. And Jen is dealing 1 damage to the Rune Lurker Bat as well. Jen grabbed the Hawk and just whipped it at that Rune Lurker Bat. That is the thematic thing that just happened, and it was glorious. What a wonderful piece of cinema. Who says that Marvel Superheroes isn't an awesome set? She jumped up into the air and grabbed it and just yeeted it at the bat. Okay. Perhaps I'm having too much fun here. Perhaps. Okay, again, Johnny's Pridemate, the Pridemate is getting awfully big. The thing is, I just take 12 damage, right? I'm not ready to block it with Jen. Not yet. Okay. Avengers Tower, show me something good. Nothing. Okay, good. And a Captain America, that's fine. It's fine. Okay. Let's go in for 6, gain some more life. Do they put the Healer's Hawk in front of it? They don't. So the opponent's at 21. They probably need to start being a little bit careful about these Johnny's Pridemate attacks. That's more life gain. Okay. Let's see how things play out here. Johnny's Pridemate going up to a 15 power creature. Yeah. Okay. They are gaining, 16. That's 16 giant power coming in at us. Let's take it. I want to be able to OTK the opponent. Okay, end step. I think they're just passing through. That's fine. Let's see. Avengers Tower, find me somebody. Surely there's some here. The Golden Guardian? That's alright. I had forgotten he was in the deck. And another cap. What are you doing here? Okay. We do not put the Sentry out yet. We attack in for 6, 7. Didn't mean to. We put out the Golden Guardian. We make a Void. The Void is going to pump up their Ajani's Primate even more. Okay. I'm going to lose to this. Like, I feel hubris looming on me. It's coming. I can feel it behind me. Something bad is going to happen. I'm at 29 life. That's not enough life. Essence Channeler. Pretty good card. Pretty good. They don't have a way of giving it flying on their turns. Not quite. Okay. They do have to attack with the 5/5. Shelter by Ghost is so bad. But they have to take the cap. They have to take the cap. You have to take the cap. And the Shelter by Ghost is bad because of the life gain that they're going to gain from the Ajani's Primate. Yeah. Okay. So now we do have to block the Ajani's Primate. And we block here. And what this is going to mean is that we actually have a much longer game on our hands. And this Essence Channeler dies. Oh, it's so good. Jen, wait, why did she deal... Whenever a creature you control is dealt damage. Whenever a creature... Oh, and I messed up because it ended up gaining 1 point of damage. Okay, my bad. Why did it gain... It's fine. Jen's back. We go in with the Skyward Spider. I messed up something there. Where should I have put the damage? I should have put it on Halia. For sure. I don't... Oh, Does she... Whenever a creature is dealt damage, you may have Sensational She-Hulk deal damage to any creature. Doing this only once a turn. Ah, do this only once a turn. So the 5 damage thing actually never happened, maybe? Uh-oh. Double Essence Channelers are going to be a big problem, too, for us. The thing is, the Sensational She-Hulk is going to be really good against the Void that has to attack in. Yeah. And that means we're going to blast the Halia out of the sky here. Boom. Deal damage. And no draw for them. It'd be really nice if our Skyward Spider could get... Man, we need some draws as well. Let's just pump up the crew. That's fine. This is the worst game of Magic I've ever played in my life. Thank you, Life Gain. Mardu and Abojii fighting for all the marble. This is such a fruitless game. We might actually end up decking ourselves before we're actually able to conclude the game. Ajani deals damage to a tapped creature. It's not going to help them. They're just going to make a 1/1 creature that's going to activate these. Yep, gain some life each time. We do have to be... I only have a way of blocking one of these Essence Channelers. So if they start sending in 2 Essence Channelers, it's going to be a real big problem for me. Yep. So that's got to go there. This has to go here. So... Okay, one more time. Whenever a creature you control is dealt damage, you may have the Sensational She-Hulk deal that much damage to any target. So this is going to deal 17 points of damage. We have the damage from the Sentry deal the damage. We put it out there, but we want this damage to go upstairs, and we take action on that one. 17 to the dome. 17 to the dome. Oh, okay. We attack in. They are pretty much now in the position where they cannot actually attack us, right? Boom. Unfortunately, first strike means that we do not get... Maybe I should have pumped with the abandoned thing. I should have done a lot of things. Let's put it on the Golden Guardian. Sure. Skyward Spider, Skyward Spider. A little too late for them. I don't know what I'm even digging for. Maybe like Shelter by Ghost. Come on. If this isn't one of the craziest games you've ever seen against a life gain deck, you got to tell me about a crazier game. You got to tell me about it. This is the best game I've had in such a long time against life gain. And it's all because of Jen. Jen, the sensational She-Hulk. Yeah, come on. Again, I'm engagement baiting. Help me out. If you're loving this, if you hate life gain, you gotta give me a like down at the bottom. And you also have to make sure you leave a comment about how great the sensational She-Hulk is. Because this is some S-tier gameplay. You're attacking in with that? My friend, this domes you. This doesn't work. You're turning the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns back on your face. You don't do that. 23 to the dome, Jen, get it done. Mardu, GG, that was one of the best times I've had. I don't know. I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm just having so much fun. That was a long game. Jennifer Walters Appreciation Day. It's gonna have to come. What a hero. And poor Sam. Sam got scooped up so early in that game and was just hanging out in another dimension for what seemed like probably forever. Poor Captain America. Oh, poor Optimistic Scavenger. We may have gotten a little bit too confident in that last game because now we are against Lessons. Is it Lessons or Jeskai Lessons? It's probably Jeskai Lessons. Jeskai Lessons is the new hotness on the block. Everybody's playing Thor into ridiculous things. They missed their lands though. Okay. Well, Origin of Spider-Man, please resolve. Gets quenched? No quench. Nice. Okay. And I think I'm probably fine to attack in. I don't think they have any flash creatures. So 2 damage to the opponent. We're both stuck at 2 mana, but they have the abandon. I think if you are missing your land drop, you gotta fire off the abandoned attachments there to try to make the 3rd land, right? Gran-Gran's gonna find herself under a seam rip. Leave it to a Lessons player to rope. As soon as they get a little bit of extra mana, they get a little bit of a mana discount, and suddenly their minds go blank. Here comes 1 CMC quench. We missed on our land, so you know what? I don't think 3 steps ahead. Sure. Probably this game is not worth sticking through. Maybe you look at this and you're like, your position's not that bad. Our position's horrible. We have this Cavern of Souls sitting here that is preventing us from casting the Shard Mage's Rescue. They have Monument and Artist Talent and Gran all firing off on all cylinders. Probably shouldn't have attacked in with the Spider. Probably should have left it just to stop this Gran. Maybe though, the thing is I am going to get double strike on this Skyward Spider next turn. They can't really deal with us. Deal with it with the Ward 2. I think it's going to be a little bit tricky for them to remove that creature. Okay, and a second Artist Talent. So they're... How much damage do I actually have coming in here? Oh, the Lessons decks. This is actually just straight up Lessons. They take... Their turns take like at least 3 times longer than a normal turn. It's so fun. All I can really do is Shelter by Ghost. Like, it doesn't really matter which one I do here. If they have the counter magic for it. They don't. So I think you take the Monument, right? And then you get in for 10. Okay, maybe there's something here. They're down to 3, making things a little awkward for them. I think they're going to be able to find plenty of stuff here. They're going to just be able to churn through their deck. And again, I attacked him with the spider. I just want to get them down low. And hopefully the Skyward Spider can end the game soon. But now they just discard, 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 find exactly what they need. They have enough mana to actually kill the Skyward Spider now. Especially with the tokens that the treasure tokens that they're creating with the Monument to Endurance. Okay, they decide to draw a card instead of creating a token, which is still fine. They still have enough mana. They can just blast the Skyward Spider. Pyro's Demonstration. Sure, pay the 2 mana. Oops. Oh, they gotta pay 4. What am I looking for?
That's rough, buddy.
Hit him with that's rough, buddy. They don't pay anything. They're digging, creating treasure tokens. What are they doing now? They can still, I'm sure they can do something. These decks, they always have some shenanigans. 3 mana available to them. They're getting discounts with the Grand. But they gotta deal with the Skyward Spider. And if they let us untap, they also have to deal with the Shard Mages. I was gonna concede that game. I was not gonna sit through this one. Look at that. Goes to show you, you don't throw in the towel too early. You never know what can happen. Your opponent might not know that there was Ward 4, which I also didn't know. I thought it was Ward 2 too. I think I got 2 more games left in me. Because of how grindy that life gain game was, I don't think I can go any more than 7 in this one. But I think it's well worth it because we got to see some stuff that you just never really see on Magic Arena with that life gain. With I just love it. Sensational She-Hulk just absolutely decking the opponent. Wait, Origin of the Avengers. What do we want to see on top? Both are not bad. So next turn, we're definitely going to be putting down the Captain America, the Abandoned Air Town. I'm going to keep both on top. We might be dead here, though, if they just have... Well, we actually are able to get rid of an Ouroborite and the Spider-Man Infestation next turn. That'll be pretty good. If they put out an Ouroborite here, okay. We take 3 damage. It's not a big deal. Oh, okay. Well, we got some new targets for for these cards in our hand. So we are definitely hitting Shang-Chi. See you later. How important is the Forager? Do I want to eat up the Forager? Probably. I feel like this deck is just looking to combo off. Maybe I'm only getting 1 thing from that now. Okay. I'm only getting 1+1+1 from this. A little bit of a shame. But Captain America is now Ward 2 with a... Talk about your targets. With a shield counter on him. So it's a little bit hard for the opponent to deal with. And now he's a 5/3. Hello, Captain America. I think we give him a little bit more warding. And we start slamming in for 6 points of damage. Dang. Now, I would rather fix the top of my library than create a spider. Wayward Spider is not bad. We can draw that and put it onto the field for free, and then we Origin of Spider-Man, okay. I think it's going to be okay, and then she's going to get +1/+1 from this, which will give her flying. It is a her, yeah. Give her flying and go. You know, this is an interesting creature to me, by the way. It is... That's bad news. Here comes the Ouroborite. This is a non-legendary creature, right? And it just kind of shows that they could... Do I need to put it... You know what? I'm going to decline. They could be creating more creatures that are not legendary. Like, just like... I don't know if they could have just given us, like, generic Soldier Man. I don't know about that, but... Yeah. I had a point there. I kind of lost my point. This card, though, I think is interesting because it's a non-named, clearly legendary spider. but it's not a legendary spider. It's just a spider. What are you doing, opponent? They have tons of mana still. They have plenty to do the Nature's Rhythm one more time. What are they going to get with it? I don't know. Are they just going to slam in? Nope. Okay, we don't draw. No. You know what? That's actually a pretty good draw. So we want to put this onto this creature. We want to put as much power onto that creature as we can. And I think I'm slamming everything. Do I also put in the 3/2? Maybe I don't go in with the 3/2. Maybe I just go in with these ones. Although, hang on. The Spider Manifestation's a problem. Okay. We just go in with Cap. Just with Cap. Cap. Oh. Hello. GG. Teaching number 446 about the importance of abandoned air temple. Maybe they looked away for a second. You know, people not noticing Ward 4, people not noticing the abandoned air temple, Steve Rogers coming in for 7 or 8 damage for lethal. Yeah. Our last game, I did not expect to actually do so well with this deck. It's just pumping along nicely. We'll try this one. Origin of Spider-Man plus Wonderweave, formerly known as Wonderweave Aerialist, the Skyward Spider. Very, very powerful. What? What? What is this? Have you ever seen this one before? Well, let's go human, of course. I think we just go with the Wayward Spider first. That is a swamp from the opponent, and they don't seem to have any kind of... Ooh, okay. Final boss, Kavaro. They put Deceit and the Bringer of the Last Gift into the graveyard, so let's go fast. This at least allows the Skyward Spider to get flying, so it can go in for 3 damage. Next turn, we can use the Seam Rip to get rid of the Count Greeter. But if they just have a Kavaro on turn 3, maybe this is how it all comes crashing down on us. We had such a good run going. Some games a little bit on the lucky end of things. But you know what? Maybe the opponent won't find the Kavaro. They don't always have it. They usually have it. They usually, don't they? Okay. So, a little bit more damage coming in. Let's put the +1/+1. Let's spread it out. I don't know. Doesn't matter. If they don't have the Kavaro, that means that they might have spot removal, and we can win with spot removal. Do you put the Jennifer Walters out right now? I think you put the Jennifer Walters out and you just say, you know what, opponent, if you have the Kavaro, you win. If you don't have the Kavaro, you win. I win, you win. One way or another, I'm emoting this one this time around. Now, they're not snap dropping that island. There it is. There it is. They did not have the quick win on turn 4, and the aggro deck was able to make it. Look at us climb this ladder. Whew. And I have a blast playing Aura. I can see this deck being a little bit of a tilting deck if you go up against opponents that just have the right removal pieces and you just can't get any footing going. But man, when this deck clicks and your opponents don't have those pieces, boy oh boy, does this ever feel like a blast. The shame of this deck is that we didn't really get to see our Golden Guardian do much. Came through huge in the game against the life gain deck because he was able to soak up so much damage over the course of the game. And we obviously saw the amazing combination of the Sensational She-Hulk with the Sentry, just throwing damage all over the place. What an absolute blast. But otherwise, the deck is just the deck. I think Sam is fine. This Captain America, I'm actually a little bit higher on right now. Yeah, it's just better. Wings of Freedom is able to do some cool stuff. Flying First Strike is fantastic, but Steve just holds down the team so well, and I don't think you can really get away from that. I also didn't really feel the pinch of having only 3 Origin of Spider-Man and 3 Origin of the Avengers. I thought going down one card in each of those ones was going to be a little bit of a problem, but I didn't really notice it. In the end, everything felt smooth. Obviously, it felt smooth. We went 7-0, and the games, they were smooth. It was just smooth sailing all the way through. Some close ones, some lucky ones with opponents not really realizing what was going on, but hey, that's magic for you. Everybody's out here making mistakes. Have you seen my videos? They're chock full of mistakes. So it's going to happen. Take advantage of them. It all evens out in the end. Overall, white auras, however you build it, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. If you go extreme budget, you can still get those wins, even though sometimes it's going to feel like you can't get wins. But that's just the variance, leveling things out. It's still good. Of course, this deck's not going to always go 100%. We're going to run into some people that are going to have the Kavaro on turn 4, and there's not a whole lot we can do in that situation other than GG and go on to the next one. But let me know what you think about this one. There was a lot of good moments in this one, so I'm looking forward to hearing some of your feedback and enjoying some of the laughter that I'm sure some of you were also enjoying. Beating up on discard decks, beating up on Kavaro, beating up on life gain. We went through the whole crew today. Good job, Captain America and your hero crew. That's it for this one. Bye bye to all you wonderful people. Have yourselves fantastic weekends, and I'll catch you in the next one.